In this video, I'm going to try out 3 different glaze combinations for you. Follow along as I go through each step with you and show you the finished piece. The supplies used in this video are listed for you in the show notes below. Let's start glazing. Before the brush hits the bisqueware, there are a few things that we have to do. Always make sure your hands are clean and dry when handling your bisqueware, or you may want to wear gloves. Before applying any glaze, make sure you wipe your bisqueware down with a clean damp sponge. This helps ensure that the glaze will adhere nicely to your piece. Now apply a thin coat of wax resist on the bottom of your piece. This really saves time so you don't have to struggle getting that glaze off the bottom. I'm going to start with Amaco Obsidian. Always pour your glaze through a strainer. This catches any clumps, debris, or even hair that may be lurking in your glaze. And always mix your glaze before using it. I like using this handheld blender. It works really well. It's best to pour your glaze inside first. I like to pour because I get a nice smooth finish on the inside. Then just rotate and pour out your glaze. Let my piece sit upside down for about 10 minutes. This just ensures that the glaze won't pool on the bottom of your piece. With my medium-sized hack brush, I'm going to apply 1 thick coat of the obsidian on the outside. Want to make sure you get a nice, even, thick coat. Get right into that handle here. Now we'll set this aside until it's dry to the touch. Now that the obsidian is dry, I'm going to apply a coat of Indigo Flow, only on the outside, with the large fan brush. I have a video with 21 brush glazing tips. I left a link for you in the description below. Make sure the glaze doesn't pool at the bottom here. You want to put a nice thick coat on the rim. Now I'll let that dry. Now that the indigo is dry, I'm going to apply 1 coat of Amaco Seaweed, which has already been mixed and strained. I'm using my medium-sized fan brush for this. There we go. There, now I'll let that dry. Now that the seaweed is dry, I'm going to give it a dip in the Arctic blue. About 1/4 of the way down. Wipe the glaze off the bottom with a clean damp sponge, let it dry, and into the kiln it goes for the final fire at comb 5. I'm going to apply Amaco Albany Slip Brown to this mug. I've already run it through a strainer. See the clumps and debris that it left behind? Start out by pouring on the inside first. And turn and pour out. There. And set this aside for 10 minutes. Have my little wear board and newspaper. Now I'm going to apply Amaco Albany Slip Brown to the outside only. I'm going to use the large fan brush for the outside. Load up your brush, get a nice thick coat. Get right in the crevice of the handle. Now I'll let this dry. Now that the Albany slip is dry, I'm going to apply another coat on the outside only. Load up your brush. Now I'll let that dry. Now that the Albany slip brown is dry, I'm going to apply a coat of Lustrous Jade on the outside only. I have a video on questions about glazing that I've been asked from my viewers here on this channel and my Pottery Crafters website. There are 21 questions. After I get 21 questions, I do a video. Just a little bit around the rim on the inside. Let that dry. Now that the first coat of Lustrous Jade is dry, I'm going to apply another coat with my large fan brush. Nice thick coat. I also have a video on how to make these cool handles too. I left a link for you below. And get the rim and just a little inside. Now I'll let that dry, and into the kiln it goes for a final fire at cone 5. For this mug, I'm going to start with Amaco Deep Firebrick. Pour the Firebrick inside first. Now turn slowly and pour out. Let it set for about 10 minutes to ensure that the glaze doesn't pool on the bottom, and the glaze will start to dry inside pretty good. One nice thick coat of deep Firebrick on the outside. Now for this piece, I actually want to go sideways, so I'll be holding it and dabbing the Firebrick right inside of the crevices. Load up anytime the glaze starts thinning. Don't get stingy. If you're getting any value from this video, make sure to hit the like button anytime during the video. Thick but not drippy thick. Great. Let that dry to the touch. Now that the deep Firebrick is dry, I'm going to apply a coat of Amaco Arctic Blue with the large fan brush. And I'm going to do the same as I did with the deep Firebrick coat. Now you want to get right in there, but you don't want the glaze to pool. Now I'm going to let this dry to the touch. Now that the Arctic Blue is dry, I'm going to apply a coat of Amaco Seaweed with my medium-sized fan brush. And I'm not going to be concerned about getting into the crevices here. Just give it one nice little coat. Nice thin coat. Get the rim and the handle. There we go. Now we'll let that dry. Now that the seaweed is dry, I'm going to give it a dip a third of the way down in Arctic Blue. Looks good. I'll get the handle a little bit. Wipe the glaze off the bottom, let it dry, and into the kiln for a final fire at Cone 5. Here comes the exciting part. Let's see the results. Here's the first one. And the second one. And the third one. Let's take a look at these in the studio. This first mug turned out beautiful. I love the way the Arctic blue flowed right down the handle. I love the look that the brush created. The Obsidian, Indigo, Seaweed, and Arctic blue is a good glaze combination. The second mug turned out really nice. The Albany Slip Brown and the Lustrous Jade created a beautiful pattern. These colors really play well together. Now this last smaller mug is stunning. Look at how these colors just mingle with each other. This is another great example of why we brush glaze. Now that I've showed you all 3 different glazing combinations, which one are you going to try? All 3? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you want me to cover any other topics on this channel, leave a note down below. I'll see you next time, and as always, let's stay dirty.